This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
Oh, yeah. So you probably want to get yours up a little bit closer.
Okay.
You can grab just...
All right. And co-host Marnie Winfield.
I got nothing.
Well, let's talk recovery.
Is that, are we supposed to finish that sentence or something?
No. It is the 19th of March, the year is 2022. My name is Corey Winfield.
My name is Marnie Winfield.
Nobody ever asked me what Tyrone was like. Oh, I mean, I guess you probably know it's a microphone.
Right,
like,
about the whole open.
Yeah, I just want to...
You were trying to guide him to have the microphone in the right spot.
Get it closer to your mouth. All right. Oh, yeah, right there.
It did sound
It sounded
a little bit
dirty.
odd.
It wasn't intentional at the time, but listening back to it, it was just like, oh my gosh.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was funny. So we got some stuff we're going to get to tonight. We got a top 5 list of people we want to hang out with and people we would never, ever want to hang out with. Celebs. Mm-hmm. So don't worry. I mean, unless you're a celebrity, then you might have to worry. Because you might be on the list. People. Yeah. And I don't care if you don't ever listen to us again. Right. If we offend you because you're on our list of people we don't want to meet, sorry. You're listening for recovery, right? Yeah, that's what it is. I was on a podcast, though.
Yes, you were.
Lifeboat Recovery Addiction Lifeboat Podcast.
And you shared it on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they spelled my name wrong.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
It's not funny. Yeah, it's more sad. No,
okay, would you rather have people spell your name wrong or say your name wrong? Because people never say your name wrong.
Marley, it's okay.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I get Marty and Marley all the time. So I think that if I was going to take either or, I think you're in the better on that.
Usually it's my last name. It'll be Wingfield, Winefield. Oh, I've seen so many things. It's Whitfield. I mean, but yeah, and then they leave the E out. And that's why when I give the email, and like people make fun of me sometimes, like, oh, yeah, EY. I'm like, yeah, like I have to say it like that. I have to say Corey, Corey, at 217recovery.com because otherwise, I don't know. People are like, I emailed you, bro. No, you didn't. You left the E out.
More people say your name than write it, so... I think you win. Yeah,
but no, I see where you're coming from. It would be frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marley at what? No, Marnie. So like you'd have to do that. Marney. Mm-hmm. So that would be annoying. But yeah, they copied and pasted my bio stuff on like hey, this is what the podcast is, or this is who's on. Mm-hmm. Which, okay. And of course it's spelled right there because
you wrote it.
Yeah, I pasted it. And then listen to Corey, and I even emailed dude. I was like, yeah, I mean that's cool. I'll share it, but spell my name wrong, and they say that's kind of a sign of disrespect. That
I'm sure that it was not purposeful.
Marty, look, it's no, they were cool guys, and I can't wait to have them on the podcast because I want to bust on them.
Yeah, I can't even imagine the pain you're going to put them through.
Yeah, they have no idea. And they're probably not going to listen to this podcast,
so they don't even know what's coming.
Don't even know it's coming. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun for me. Mm-hmm. And I want to do, because there's 2 guys on a Lifeboat podcast, I want to do them one at a time. Again, this is not sounding very, no, nothing I'm saying, nothing that's coming out of my mouth is really making sense tonight.
Well, you got to get your mind out of the gutter and just not make it all think it's coming from there.
All right, Jesus, please let the words that come out of my mouth from here on out be from you. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Okay. All right, so that, if you want to go check it out, like Marnie said, I shared it. If you want to go look for Lifeboat Podcasts, Lifeboat Recovery Podcast, you can find them, I'm sure. Buddy of mine, Robert Pardon, he's from Utah. He's known as the Recovery Guy. And I noticed he changed his name to the Real Recovery Guy. Apparently there were some fake ones. Huh. So he changed it. But he's a really cool guy. He's got like 20 some years recovery, and he's staying up on what's going on now. And I really love that. And I hope I can be like that when I have 20 years. And we're going to talk this week because he was telling me something about TikTok. And he was like, do you know what? And I was like, I don't know what's going on. And again, he's a few years older than me. Or are you on that one, Jesus? And to be keeping up as much as he does is amazing. Like I said, I hope that I'm with it like he is. And yeah, I just love talking to the dude. So we're going to talk. And he's saying something about TikTok and it affecting people's sobriety. Have you heard anything about
in a good way or a bad
way?
Huh. Yeah, I'd like to hear what he has to say.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's real, but
so I sent him an email earlier. I'm like, hey man, it's time for us to, chat again. Like I said, I love talking to him. And he tried to call me, and then I was in the middle of something, and I was like, damn. And he wrote me back, but it will be this week though. The week of the 21st.
Awesome.
Of March. And going to have a guy named Joe. He's got a year coming up next week. I'm going to do my best to have Joe on. And then Justin for a special episode tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow?
Which will be the 20th of March. Yeah, we're going to do a special episode because why not?
Cool.
Yeah, so there's like some real guests and stuff coming on, so it'll be fun. Anyway, with that being said, today in recovery was fun.
Today was very productive in recovery.
Hooked a dude up. Again, Jesus, please. Like I prayed, Lord. Thank you. A buddy of mine was rewarded. He put cash. I gave him a bed. Lord.
No, you're really trying to.
I'm trying to avoid it, and it's going right in to the bad stuff. Lord. See? Satan, why are you here? Lord, seriously, please make Satan stop effing with me on this podcast. Thank you.
Well, anyway.
I love you, Lord. I appreciate everything you've done for me. It's amazing, this life I'm living. But I do love you, Lord, and you know that. That's for real.
So we were doing some home rearranging because we bought a new piece of furniture for our living room. And because you in your shirt making business.
What?
that you decided was okay to have in our just regular living room.
Oh, yeah.
Amongst everything else. It's not very big as it is, let alone having your
What's not very
t-shirt
big?
line manufacturing going on. So we moved that into our extra room and did a lot of moving around stuff, and then moved out a bed, our guest bed that was in that room. And one of our good friends has it now. It's an awesome bed.
It is. And
pillow top.
Yeah.
It's like sleeping on clouds.
Should I just start giving Justin my clothes too? I know. I'm like, hey, want a car? Okay, here we go. Hey.
It just works out that way, though. It's always nice helping people that you know.
It is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So
it's
a good feeling.
He's doing good things, and we'll talk about it on the podcast tomorrow.
Yeah.
But he was eyeing that other TV we had, and I saw that. He's like, you got a TV behind your TV? And I was like, yeah. It's like, why? I'm like, sound like the other one. Sucked. It's LG.
Yeah.
Don't ever buy LG
I was like,
TV.
Justin, don't get me started.
Yeah, I'm not. We gotta get to this list. Otherwise, we're gonna be talking about LG products and how they suck.
Right.
So I'll let you go first. So these are top 5 people, and this was started in the last podcast we did, which you should listen to because it was a good one.
Right.
On the St. Patrick's Day, Marnie's birthday.
So I'd like to lead into this. Is when I was making this list up, we have to remember that some of the decisions that I made of the people I wrote down is because of like how they are in their roles they play. You know what I mean? So who can say really what they're like in real life? There might be people that are like totally awesome and like hilarious, and you'd be like, I'd really love to be around that person. But then in real life, they're like a total wah, wah, wah. Or mean. I read a bunch of stuff because I was like trying to figure out somebody's name, how to spell it in the real anyway. And I found it led you, there's all, you click on one thing and you're clickbaited into all these other things.
Yep.
Anyway, there was one that was talking about how mean some people are off the set. But
dang. Hope I don't pick on any of those people.
So, my first one is, and I'm going to murder her last name, is Zoe Deschanel. Yeah. She's from New Girl. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
All right. I think she's freaking hilarious. And I saw her in one interview, and she's pretty much like that same kind of attitude.
Is that your number 5 or number 1?
What?
Oh,
I'm not doing probably number 1, I guess.
Oh.
I'm not necessarily.
This is the people you want to meet?
Yeah, want to.
Okay, so she's overall.
Yeah.
So if I called the celebrity thing like I kind of sort of didn't do last year for your birthday and paid her $20 to call you and leave a message or something.
No, it's not like I freaking worship these people. I'm just saying.
If you could hang out with a person, she would be
I'm just
cream
saying,
of the crop, top.
Okay,
number
so
1.
you talk about celebrities, right? And hanging out with celebrities, just being a normal person, like going to dinner or going shopping, whatever. I think she would be a cool person to do that with.
Okay.
You know. Okay. Okay. From Criminal Minds, my favorite show in the world. Her on-screen name is Penelope Garcia, but her real name is Kristen Vangsness. And I saw her, an interview with her, and she's real super and upbeat and perky and fun, and she's hilarious in the show. So I love her. I would hang out with her. James Corden from Taxi Cab Karaoke. He's funny. I put Bill Murray down.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, because I think he'd be fun to hang out with. And he's really super, like, down to earth. Drew Barrymore, I think would be fun to hang out with. I put a bunch of other people on here. Jack Black, I think maybe would be funny. I don't know. Fun to hang out with. And then I was trying to think of like Food Network people because I was big into watching Food Network a long time ago. And and I kind of was drawn to like the grocery games, Guy Fieri. But I think might be irritating.
See, there's a story about him.
That he was a mean guy.
Well, he likes the dranky. Of course, if you watch the show, you know he's always like, oh, look at him. He's got this tequila or something. Mm-hmm. But no, he was getting out of the airport, or he got to the airport, and him and his assistant or whatever got into it, and he ended up like punching his assistant in the face, and he got arrested, but he was intoxicated. And
yeah, see, no, then.
But hey, we all make mistakes, right?
Yeah, right.
Yes, we do.
I also put on here Rachel Ray. I liked her show. I think she might be fun to hang out with.
What was her little catchphrase?
I can't remember.
Yummo, wasn't it?
Is it?
I don't remember something.
I don't know. So those were.
Okay, so those are the.
Oh, Melissa McCarthy. I can't believe I forgot her.
I can't believe you forgot her either. You were saying her name the other day.
Yeah, I'd put her. I'd started doing the number ones, and then I just started writing all over my paper.
Nice. Well.
Okay.
That's good.
How about you?
All right, so top 5 I like to hang out with, and I numbered mine.
Okay.
In order of importance.
I know who it is. You're one guy. Guy from the ticket.
No, but close.
No? Okay.
Mm-hmm. No, in at number 5 would be Vince Vaughn.
Okay.
We would hang out. We would have some fun.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd be throwing the one-liners, and he'd be like, "Damn, Corey, you're funny." And I'm like, "I know."
I almost wrote him down.
Really? In at number 4, Dave Franco. Not James Franco. James's brother.
The little
Dave.
one?
Yes.
Really? Why is that?
I don't know. He just seems like he'd be fun.
Because he doesn't have as big of a head as James Franco?
Yeah, I think James Franco would be like, hey, okay.
That's one thing I took into consideration, because I think some people are too, not saying that you can, too famous, like they're wrapped up in their themselves, and that they would just be assholes. I can't say that, but they would just be not nice people to hang out with, because they're just like, I am better than the world now.
Yeah. So that's why I'm hanging out with Dave. Mm-hmm. Meet Dave. And those two actually were in a movie together. I think it was Interns or something. Internship. Anyway.
Okay.
So they already know each other. So it'd be fun. So them two and me.
I liked him in the After Party.
Yeah.
That series we watched.
Oh, yeah. Number 3. See, this is not, I'm going to change my number 3 now. Now it's going to be Gordon Keith from 1310 The Ticket.
Okay. That's what I was looking for.
That is a good one. And I just realized, like, if I keep going this way and the way the podcast was going with Satan trying to jump in and make me sound kind of weird tonight, it was going to, well, it was going to be Zac Efron.
Oh.
See, like, whoa, Corey, like, okay. Like the young white men, huh? Yeah, they're real funny. So, yep, it's not Zac Efron anymore. I mean, I'd still hang out with them, but Gordon Keith from The Ticket would be fun. Both of those two are in recovery. I know for a fact that Zac Efron is. Gordon, on the show, his morning show that he's on, he doesn't really talk too much about it, but when he did the thing with Dak Shepard, they had like an event in Dallas, and he mentioned, he doesn't drink anymore. And
oh, wow. So Zac Efron, he's the one who got sober in 2013, right?
Yeah.
So he's been sober a while.
So him and Gordon both. So I like that. Number 2, don't think this man's sober. And if you get in his way, he might bite your ear off.
Mike Tyson?
Yes, Mike Tyson. Thank you.
You would want to hang out with Mike Tyson?
Hell yeah.
Where did that come from?
Because it'd be fun. Because Mike Tyson's just fun. And he doesn't care. And he's on the Zoloft to keep from killing you guys. You know, I mean, those things that he had. There's a song. It's hilarious. Have you ever heard it?
I don't think so.
It's a song with lyrics of nothing but Mike Tyson quotes. Here it is.
Everyone has a plan till they get punched in the mouth.
He said that.
I'm a historian, and that freaks me out. I'm a nutcase, but that is what I believe. I'm just happy I'm not a phony. I just wanna conquer people and their souls. I'll eat your asshole, I love you, bitch. Fuck you, you hoe.
He said that.
I'm on the Zoloft to keep from killing y'all. I guess I'll fade into oblivion. When you see me smash someone's skull, you enjoy it.
I don't know. I like the song too.
Who sings it?
I'll fight any man, any animal. If Jesus were here, I'd fight him too. He called me a rapist and a recluse. I'm not a recluse. You can't last 2 minutes in my world, bitch. And a bully rode elephants into cartilage. I wanna rip out his heart and feed it to him. I wanna kill people, wanna rip out their stomachs and eat their children. I'm on the Zoloft to
just
keep
Dave music
from killing y'all.
That's what, yeah, so I don't know. Now we probably won't even be able to publish this because there's probably some rights. Well, no, we could do that because we don't make money off this podcast, so it's educational.
So those are all quotes from
Yes.
him? Okay. That's crazy.
I wonder if he was just sitting around and then like he types them so you like read it too and some of the stuff and you're like, oh my gosh, like why would he say that? So that's number 2. Sorry. I didn't mean to keep number 1 waiting. Number 1, I think this person would be really cool to hang out with. The stories that, you know, he could probably tell, and he might even actually sing that song one day on stage because he does crazy stuff like that. Talking about the one, the only Dave Grohl. You are a fan?
I don't know who that is.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, honey. He's the lead singer of the Foo Fighters.
Okay.
He was the drummer in Nirvana. Nope.
I don't know who that is.
Have you ever heard of the Foo Fighters?
Yes, but I don't know any band members' names of any band.
He knows like he can play any instrument.
That's okay.
Okay. Okay, well, that's just me and Dave hanging out. No, Marnie's cool. She's got a hair appointment or something.
I would not even, like, it's so many of them, so many people that are super famous, you would not know if you walked past them on the street. Then people like you, they'd be like, oh my God, you know who that is? Yeah, so.
Whatever. Here we go. Now the people you would never hang out with. You wouldn't ever get a pizza with this person. Who is
people
that?
that I would not want to hang out with. I don't care for Seth Rogen. I think he's kind of a jerk.
Is that your number?
Yeah, I kind of. Nicolas Cage, I think, would be not fun to hang out with. Bobby Flay, I think, is an a-hole.
Wow.
I would not hang out with him. So I would hang out with Rachel Ray, but I would not hang out with Bobby Flay.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't hang out with. I put on here Will Ferrell, even though I love him in all of his movies. I don't know. I think he's on set funny. I don't know how to explain it. I think he would be hard to get along with outside of him on the set. I don't think he would be funny. I think he's probably expired from his ridiculousness that he does on camera. You know, he do that thing that you don't want to. That's not what celebrities want to do.
You'd be in some of his videos that didn't make it because all the stuff he does, 1 out of 100 maybe. Like, oh, that's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm. But I think that might be true for all people that are famous. I don't know. Jennifer Aniston.
No. What'd you hear about Jen?
No, I saw an interview with her. I think she was on Ellen or something, and I think she was stuck up. And then I don't think I would really care to hang out with any professional athletes. And I know that's super broad because it's really not fair, because I'm sure a lot of them have great.
What if they're hanging out with me? What if Mike Tyson was hanging out with me? Would you come hang out with us?
Whoever you want to hang out with.
Is he a professional athlete or is he retired?
Oh.
Mike Tyson. Is he? I mean, would that count?
Well, Mike Tyson is his own. I mean, everybody knows the name Mike Tyson.
So you'd go get pizza with us?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And I put Trump on here. I would not hang out with Trump. And I know we don't talk about politics, and I know nothing really about politics. I try not to get super involved in any of it. But I'd want to choose a president that I feel comfortable having them babysit my children. Like, if they can pass that test, then let's talk further about what you have plans for our country. I mean, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's like, I'd trust Obama with my kids. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that broad, if they could pass that, then I'll consider them for candidacy. That's my, that narrows it down.
Yeah. All right. So that's it.
That's all I had.
Okay.
Well, I had one thing. I started doing this thing because I was like thinking about the roles they play. Because like John Travolta is in so many movies, and I'm like, I would hang out with John Travolta from Pulp Fiction, but I would not want to hang out with John Travolta from Swordfish.
I think he'd be sad.
You think he'd be sad?
Because his wife died.
Yeah. Oh well, I didn't think of it that way.
Like, come on, John, let's just go. And he'd be like, no.
And like, I would hang out with Michael Keaton from Multiplicity and Mr. Mom, but I would not hang out with Michael Keaton from Batman.
See that? What about Beetlejuice?
Yes, I'd hang out with Michael Keaton from Beetlejuice.
But he's dead.
Right. And then I started thinking about like shows we really like and how they show up in a lot, and how do we like the show because there are actors in them. You know, how does that work out? And Jason Bateman's in a lot of funny stuff, and he does a lot of, I think, directing and things.
Yeah, I'd want to hang out with him. He's got a podcast. Him and
I think he'd be pretty like real,
Risk Development,
down to earth.
I don't think he. I mean, on the podcast I listen to, he doesn't really come off as down to earth. I mean,
no?
In a way, he's been acting since he was like 5.
Yeah.
I mean, he's never had to go, damn, I don't know how to pay the light bill this month. Mm-hmm. And not that makes somebody but I mean, it's just what I'm saying. Like, I think life's been pretty fun for him, which, hey, that's cool. But that kind of goes to the Will Ferrell kind of like, is there always going to be something, like he's always thinking about the next thing. And I just want to drive his boat, you know, like just, hey, move, Jason, let me get down here. Come on. Okay. Well, my list of people I would not really care to hang out with, and at number 5 is Tommy Lee or anybody from Motley Crue. Just wanted to do that. Wouldn't be a fun day. I'd be like, I don't want to. I got to go get my hair done. You don't have hair, Corey. Well, is it? Yeah. I'm going to get plugs then. No, I wouldn't want to hang out with them. I just want to, like, obvious. We're not going to hang out with Paris Hilton, you know, like just annoying people.
Yeah.
And I kind of threw politicians into that as well because I really don't really want to do any of that. And I could be like, oh, you know, this person, that. But I didn't want to. Just throwing that out there. Number 4 is Seth Rogen.
For real?
Yeah. Wouldn't want to smoke weed with him. Wouldn't want to talk to him.
Right.
If I saw him on the street, I would just avoid him. I'd be like, oh, I hope he didn't see me and think I was supposed to say hi to him.
I think he's a real prick in real life.
Not a fan. He's from Canada too, and he like tries to butt into U.S. politics stuff. And it's like, bro, why don't you go home? Why don't you take here's your ball, now go home. Then, who can go with them? And at number 3, somebody I would not hang out with, Ted Nugent. No thanks.
Yeah, that's kind of obvious reasons.
Yep. He pulled in, I would be like, I'm not home. Nope. Nope. Mm-mm. And at number 2 is Liam Gallagher.
Huh?
No, not the dude from Shameless.
That's what I'm thinking of.
No, the dude from Oasis.
I don't know.
Champagne Supernova.
Oh, yeah.
I'm your wonder.
Okay, so
do you remember they did an MTV Unplugged and he was like pissed because of something? So he went up in the balcony and just sat there, refused to go on stage and sang because him and his brother had a little spat.
No, but it sounds very Celebrity Childish.
Yeah. You know, I mean, he's got a new album out, I guess, but whatever. It doesn't mean I want to hang out with him. Mm-hmm. His music, all right, I guess. And at number 1 is his brother. Noel Gallagher. They're British. They fight, and I just don't want somebody to tell me to piss off. Hey, Coach, just piss off. Like we'd be out having a good time. I'm like, hey man, yeah, let's go get a pepperoni and mushroom. You like mushrooms? Yeah, piss off. You know, I don't want somebody to tell me to piss off, man. In that stupid accent, piss off. You know, and he'd probably get like real like into it too, and writing songs about it. And
do you like anybody with that accent?
Don't look back in anger. Piss off. Yeah, some people, just not those two. I don't know. Slowly walking down the piss off hole. Faster than a piss off. Yeah, it would just be horrible.
Wow.
Like.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it would be horrible. So, yeah, just for that reason alone, those two, nope. Staying away.
That's a good list.
Yeah, it was all right. I mean, there were some good ones. And, you know, because at first I realized, I was like, man, they're all like singers or rock stars or something. And, you know, I've met some people and, man, it's crazy. And we were just playing it like the other day, and I can't remember even what it was on, but it was talking, it was like 48 hours or 60 minutes or one of those about the fire in Rhode Island with Great White. And that happened, I think, early, like January, February. But in that previous summer, Great White was at the Venetian Fest in St. Joe. And they played. And I have a picture because Jack didn't drink. And he made sure, like, he didn't, like, try to kick it with the bandmates or nothing. He didn't drink. He didn't want to be around that. But he did the 420. So he thought it was funny. And I thought it was funny at the time because I was into that stuff, too, then. And so I have a picture of him. I think he's holding up the 4 and the 2, and I'm holding up the 0. It's a 420, you know, in the picture. It was real cool, man. But he was a cool guy, though. He was cool, you know, and just because he didn't party or anything like that, you know, it was, people respected it. And nobody was like,
that's how it should be.
He's dick. He doesn't party. No, it was just like, hey, we're not going to have that stuff in here. If you guys want to drink, you got to go to the drinking tent. You know, so that's why his bandmates came to us because he was like, man, we can't have drinks in our stuff, our tent, you know. And I was like, oh, well, we can have them in here. So, yeah, that was interesting to meet him. But then Days of the New came, and that was probably one of the weirdest. I walked out the bus. I was like, I'm good on that, bro. Like, he was so high on whatever. I don't know if it was meth, heroin. I don't know. But he was making no sense whatsoever. He showed up because it was, again, in Benton Harbor, and it was at Rockstock. They were playing the radio station I worked for. their little summer concert, and he refused to get off the bus to do a sound check. And his manager was kind of like all pissed off about it. And he's like, he's not coming out. He said he'll just wing it or something. And we're like, well, okay. So like Night Ranger and people were there and like older bands. And he comes out and sounds like shit. It's horrible. And he's stopping songs right in the middle. Like, oh, this is, and he's like yelling at people, yelling at the sound guy. And the sound guy's like, bro, like you didn't come out here. And he's like, can't believe you guys had me here, like these washed up bands. And then I noticed like the guys from, I think it was Blister Cult, Night Ranger, like just, they were waiting for him. They wanted to beat his ass. And then he kind of noticed and he was like, oh, hey guys. And they're like, let's go, man. Get your little punk ass over here. But you get on the bus afterward for the meet and greet. And I'm like, all right, that show was horrible. You know, I'm like, dude can't be in a good mood. And some of the people still stuck around for the meet and greet. So he lets them on the bus. We get on and he's just rambling about, there's a tree, man. There's a tree out there. And he's going, I'm like, what in the fuck is this guy doing? And this chick's like, oh, and she was like cute or whatever. And oh my God, I know what you're talking about. I know where the tree's at. He's like, you know where the tree's at? She's like, yeah, it's in Indiana. He's like, no, you stupid bitch. The tree's in your head. And I'm just like, I looked at my boss, Shelly, and I'm like, Shelly, I don't even want this dude's autograph. I'm out of here. Is it cool if I leave? And she kind of looked at me like, don't leave me in here alone. I was like, okay, but I'm leaving. I took off. I was like, I got shit to do, like cereal to eat or something. I got anything to do but hang out with this guy. It was very weird. And I just left shaking my head. But then years later, I see him on Intervention. And they gave him an option to quit or go to rehab. And he's like, no, I'm just going to go back to do drugs. You didn't say option C. And hopefully he's all right now. I don't know. But yeah, one of the weirdest, uncomfortable moments. And then there was the time I ran into the guy from Mudvayne. Is in San Antonio. And he was playing Kiss's Twisted Christmas. Kiss is the radio station down there. And they was like Korn, Seven Dust. It was all those kind of bands. And it was at the Alamo Dome. And I was coming around the corner and this little dude like just hits me, you know, like we kind of bump into each other as we turn the corner. And he just kind of looked at me and he was, I don't know, 4'11" and he was wearing makeup. And I'm like, happy Halloween, dude, or something. I don't remember what I said. It was something rude. And then later I see him out on the stage singing, you know, and I'm like, oh, that's a singer? I was like, dang, he's a little dude. But yeah, that's kind of weird too.
Stories from before.
Yeah. Then Russell Hanse from Survivor. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I'll stop. He wanted to come spend the night at my house, and I told him no. My little brother was there too. He's like, no, you're not going to let him? I was like, no, not going to let him. He didn't even win Survivor. Just kidding. No, Russell was cool though, but I did tell him no, he could not spend the night at my house. All right. Well, is there anything else you have?
No.
Marley?
Nope. Just did my list and I'm excited. Oh, I'm excited to watch my show Servant.
Okay. Oh yeah, you like that?
I do. It's creepy, but I like it. It's a good show.
All right, Marty.
I like keeping up with series.
Yeah.
Opposed to just like, I mean, it is kind of nice when you can just go like watch one more episode, like Resident Alien. We started watching that.
Yes,
show.
that's a good show.
Yeah.
I like it.
He's
Very
funny in that.
Yeah.
He'd be funny to hang out with probably.
Yeah, he would.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah. They sure aren't on our list, bro.
Yeah,
we don't know your name.
I know.
Marty didn't know it, neither did I.
That's right. Corey with Y.
Yeah, no E.
No E.
There is an E. And her name's Marnie. But thanks for listening, though, and we're going to go do other stuff, and we'll have another podcast with Justin tomorrow. So at least I will. You can be on it, too, if you like.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to 217recovery.com. Info, check out where we're going to be, check out stuff we're doing, events, get the app, but you already know that. So thanks again.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast. For more episodes plus bonus features, download the 217 Recovery app and support recovery by rating us in the App Store.